What's up, you guys? Steve here with your stimulus check update with some pretty shocking news. Now, if you haven't heard already, in the next stimulus package, they're proposing having monthly stimulus checks. That's right, the fourth stimulus check would have multiple checks coming out. And now, I know a lot of people are skeptical when they hear this, saying this would never happen. But what we're hearing is that pilot test forms of this are already being introduced in cities across the nation, and they're saying that a form of this has already been introduced in the American Rescue Plan with that child tax credit that's going to be giving parents monthly periodic stimulus checks. And also, they're saying that back in 2019, before the pandemic hit, if somebody would have told you that one day the government is going to be giving you a $1,200, a $600, or a $1,400 stimulus check, chances are you would have said, that's not possible, that's never going to happen. Well, now they're saying monthly checks. People are saying the same thing, but they're saying it's very likely that UBI, or Universal Basic Income, right now is being introduced and is potentially right around the corner. So in today's video, I'm going to be diving into some articles. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as to what they're saying about this becoming very likely a possibility very soon. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as of today, March 28th, 2021. So we're going to dive right in, but before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these video updates, keeping you up to date on stimulus checks, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with investing or money, why don't you go ahead and take a second to smash the like button, leave a comment, and share these videos out on social media platforms. It helps out the channel. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here and you're not already part of the viewing community, what I like to call the Ram Fam, and you'd like to join to stay up to date on all those topics I mentioned, take a second to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way as soon as I upload, you can get notified right away. Follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3, and also consider joining the Patreon group to get exclusive access to me and these articles before they hit YouTube. And always remember that here on YouTube, whenever I respond to comments, you're always going to see a gray stripe on the name. Now, if you see a comment and it looks like me, but it doesn't have that, it's not me, even if it looks like me, because unfortunately right now there's a lot of scammers on YouTube posing as me trying to steal your information. Listen, I'm here to get you information. I'm not here to steal your information. So with that being said, please use caution, and let's do that. Let's dive in and get you the latest information regarding potential monthly stimulus checks, UBI, that could be just right around the corner. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look at what's currently proposed in the form of monthly checks for the next stimulus package, and also looking a little deeper into that child tax credit. But first, let's take a look at some UBI programs that are already happening right now in cities across the nation. And we're seeing articles pop up like this. Take a look. Is universal income closer to reality? Cities from Stockton to St. Paul are already testing monthly checks for residents. And here's a city map where you can see programs that are already in place and planned across the nation for various forms of UBI. Here's an article that recently popped up that says California City debuts Universal Basic Income Program to help residents survive the economic crisis. And it says, at the height of the pandemic in the U.S., politicians from Andrew Yang to Bernie Sanders touted the benefits of some form of universal basic income to help Americans through this unprecedented time. The child tax stimulus that parents will receive as part of President Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan is the closest the federal government has offered to universal basic income. Now, the City of Oakland, California, however, is seeking to help its low-income and marginalized residents with one of the nation's largest universal basic income programs. Mayor Libby Schaaf announced a pilot program where $6.7 million provided by philanthropic organization Blue Meridian Partners will go out to 600 families in need. Families will be selected at random drawing based on an eligible pool of applicants. Alright, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as you might be thinking, well, that's great for Oakland, California, but what about the rest of us? Well, let's continue reading as the article says that this is spreading across the nation, and this is going to be the introductory to potential UBI for everybody. And it says, the program, which will first roll out in East Oakland, is the largest of its kind, but not the first in the state. Stockton, California led a UBI program providing $500 a month to 2 years to 125 individuals earlier this month, and Marin County is launching a similar initiative as well. Now here's one on Stockton, California. It says California program giving $500 no strings attached stipends pays off study fines. There's some more details on that one right there. And here's another one. What could a universal basic income do to poor families in Rochester, basically be able to live and survive. And it says Mayor Lovely Warren says she wants to use tax money from legalized sales after the state legalizes it to pay a universal basic income to people living in some of the poorest neighborhoods in the cities. Here's another one. San Francisco to give artists $1,000 a month under universal basic income program. Here is another one. 125 low-income mothers of color in Marin County can receive $1,000 a month in guaranteed income. So you guys, you can see that across the nation, new programs of universal basic income are beginning to roll out. And what we're hearing is this is just simply the introduction of what they're planning on possibly doing here on a federal level. And what we're hearing is that a form of this has already been introduced in the American Rescue Plan stimulus package that already passed. Now, as you guys know, we saw a third stimulus check of $1,400 per person. However, also included in that stimulus package was the child tax credit, which is going to be providing monthly stimulus checks to parents. And here's an article that clarifies a little bit more. It says Biden's stimulus plan contains an experiment in universal basic income. The bill's child tax credit has the potential to change the way that the United States addresses poverty. And here's another article that breaks it down a little bit more. And it says, when will your $3,600 child tax credit check arrive, and how often will the payments come? Because we've heard that this child tax credit, it's not going to come one time when you file your taxes. It's actually going to be coming out periodically. And they were suggesting providing this broken up so that way every single month you get a stimulus check. So they're saying they're slowly introducing the idea of UBI coming out and being something that everybody will receive. And they're saying that the next stimulus check could have this included. So now let's take a look at some articles that just came out about what is currently being proposed. So here's an article that just came out yesterday. It says, for stimulus check, over 60 lawmakers now support further direct payments to Americans. And it says, many Americans have been wondering whether there will be a fourth round of stimulus checks as the federal government continues to distribute the $1,400 provided in President Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan. So far, 64 congressional lawmakers have pushed for recurring direct payments until the pandemic ends. And as we've heard, the next stimulus package will very likely pass through the process of reconciliation once again, meaning whatever Democrats want, as long as they stay unified, they'll be able to pass it through again, just like they did with the American Rescue Plan. Now, in January, 2 months before Biden signed the latest stimulus package into law, 53 House Democrats pressed Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris for reoccurring stimulus checks in a letter where they insisted that one more check is not enough. It said, it was very encouraging to see the inclusion of direct cash assistance in your current economic rescue plan. However, it is clear that during this unprecedented time in our nation's history that we must take additional unprecedented action. Now, also, here's another article that says Rashida Tlaib calls for $2,000 checks for all Americans and non-citizens funded by U.S. Mint, and this was released just a couple days ago. So this is currently what we have on the table proposed, and it is the ABC Act, or the Automatic Boost to Communities Act, and it would provide $2,000 a month guaranteed income for every person in America during the pandemic. Now, an additional $1,000 a month would come out for everyone for 1 year after the crisis ends as well. So just to guarantee that everybody's covered once the pandemic's over for a full year after. And it says distributed via Boost debit cards and funded by minting 2 $1 trillion coins to help with paying for this stimulus payments. So you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as it looks like monthly stimulus checks could be on the horizon. Now, for those of you that are still waiting for your third stimulus check and you're on SSI, SSDI, veterans, or railroads benefits, be sure to check out this video that I uploaded yesterday to get the latest information as to when you might be seeing those stimulus checks. And also, if you're waiting to get that $10,200 tax-free rebate on your unemployment that you got last year, be sure to check out this video right here where I gave the latest, but we also have some more updates coming out as well. So take a look at that video, and then when I put up the new one, be sure to check that out too. And you guys, like I said, as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel regarding stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with investing or money. I'll keep you up to date right here. But you guys, if you made it this far and you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button to stay up to date on all this information. Follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. And you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Have a blessed weekend. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.